Was it just me, or did this season premiere feel like a season finale? I feel like there was so much. It was so much. It was a lot, and I loved every second of it. Hey, welcome to Spirit Soul Sense, Information for Your Soul. I am Shareece, and I feel like this season 5, final season of Greenleaf is not gonna disappoint me. I already have the biggest thing that I wanted. I didn't want them to have the church. Let it go. Pause. Talk to God. And in this episode, Bishop comes to a realization. May is fasting and comes to a realization. And I'm just like, I'm so happy for y'all. Build your own church. Start a new church. To me, that makes so much sense. Instead of fighting Bob Whitmore and Harmony and Hope, just let it go. This episode starts off with Bishop and Grace at their old church and, talking about the cross that was going into the back of the truck. And I really liked what Bishop said about sometimes, well, he didn't say sometimes, it is important to watch something when it passes away. Otherwise, you're going to have all kinds of things in your life. I think it's a good idea to accept what's happening. And in my mind, being there when it happens means that you're willing to accept it as it is versus trying to avoid it like it's not happening. Just wouldn't be a really good idea. So I just like that this show just has so many moments that you can apply to your life, so much wisdom and advice about how to live your best life. I just love it. I definitely see Charity as a traitor. I think she's being very selfish with wanting this associate pastor position and going to all kinds of lengths similar to Phil to get this position. When I reviewed the last season of Greenleaf, I was just like, this is not going to end well for Charity. This is all going to blow up in your face, Charity. And here we are. The dust has sort of settled from it blowing up in her face, but she's still not happy. So you have this position now. Your family still loves you, but they're very disappointed in what you've done. Is it worth it now? Is it really worth it? I thought it was weird. Every time she was standing close to Phil, I don't know. I would not want to be anywhere near Phil or any person who betrayed my trust in that manner, used me. You want a position more than you want me? That tells me you probably didn't really want me. So I hope they don't get back together. Phil is trash. Phil is trash. Phil is trash. Do not entertain Phil anymore. That's the end of that. And I don't care that he's longingly looking at your picture and telling you to keep the ring. No. Go away. Charity deserves better for herself. She needs higher standards for herself. And she needs definitely higher standards for the men that she picks in her life, because it's just not a good look every time that you think someone is who they are, they turn around to be someone else. That kind of tells me you're not really discerning. And if you're not really discerning, then you're not really connected to God, which is, I think, the most important part about being Christian or spiritual. You have that connection with God. You tune into your intuition so that you don't have these kind of things repeatedly happen to you where you have to learn the same lesson over and over again. Also in this episode was Aaron, and he was in the episode. I miss him, and I miss, oh my gosh, what's Charity's ex-husband name? I don't know. But it would be nice to be able to see some of their relationship, because I think they're one of the healthiest people on the show. And they can just show us the kid and, getting along and no drama and enjoying your life after you've gone through something really, really difficult. In the midst of Aaron being there with me, she's talking about how she's fasting and she's weak and she's waiting for a sign. If you have never fasted, I have a video on a fast that I did around Thanksgiving in 2019. Fasting is amazing. You feel like you're conducting a miracle, similar to childbirth if you're a mother. It is an exercise in discipline, in connection. You get to receive messages from God that you wouldn't if you're distracted by focusing on food and eating. And all your needs met, right? The Bible says man cannot live on bread alone. Part of it is you need like a deep connection to God. And it doesn't have to be like the God that the Bible talks about. I think love, nature, there's a lot of things that are God, because God is in everything. But the way you can feel connected to God can be found in so many different things. And I just feel fasting, I would strongly encourage everyone to do a fast, at least one, just to see what it's like. Do a 3-day fast, do a 4, 5, 6-day, 7-day fast. You could also do like in Ramadan, in the Islam tradition of fasting from sunrise to sunset. I think that's also a challenge and discipline, and it's across a long time. You can really get in tune to what's happening in your life, what God wants for you in your life, the lessons that you need to focus on or learn or practice. Like fast, okay? Moving on to Jacob and Kerissa. I mean, Kerissa looks really bitter. She looks really unhappy, sad. Like, I am like, was this also worth it for you doing all of this? Because what does she really want? Like, what does she want? She wants financial security. She wants independence. And I guess if you feel like you can't get that living on the estate where your husband's family lives, then you'll do it when you get divorced. I'm really not really following Kerissa's train of thought here. I'm going back to what I thought before. Kerissa wants someone who's not Jacob. She doesn't really like Jacob. She doesn't really respect Jacob. Why are you with Jacob? How did you even fall in love with Jacob? Because Jacob seems like he's pretty consistent. He's been wanting to like figure out what to do with his life. I think now he's like more in tune with God and following and praying and figuring out what it is his calling is. But Jacob, I mean, pastor's kid, like what did you think Jacob was? Or was he different before? Because it doesn't really seem like he's that much different. Zora, knowing that something's wrong with her mom, because I think she was starting to cry on the stairs. You created this chaos, Kerissa. I wish I had more of Zora. I love to see that actor and her curls. She is so good at what she does. I enjoy every time she's on screen. The opposite of that is when Sophia is on screen. Her character is so annoying to me, and maybe because I was a goody two shoes back in the day. She is just, what are you doing? What are you doing? When she told the guy, I'm not angry, I'm sad. Really? Okay, well, what did you expect? And why were you hiding it? I mean, but I also think that girl, I don't think that girl and the basketball player guy are going to last. Not Sophia, whatever his previous girlfriend's name was. Like, what is happening there? That's why this felt like a season finale. Like, why in this episode did you set it up that they're breaking up? I don't know. That was kind of weird to me. I didn't really get that, but we'll see. I don't really care. I honestly don't really care. I think the story in this season is going to be AJ and Grace. So, okay. So I was trying to figure out, why is AJ so emotional about this guy who was killed by the police? Which is so, it's not, I mean, I don't think ironic is the right word. But you know, Black Lives Matter movement, police brutality is happening right now. So it just happens. I was shocked that he was dead. I was shocked. I was like, what do you mean he's dead? What do you mean they killed him? What? This is the first episode. What do you mean he's dead? I was trying to figure out if AJ was feeling grief or guilt or both. What about this guy? He must know this guy. He must know him. You guys look so similar. That's why I'm like, is AJ gay? Like, was this like his partner? What? Or was this just like a friend? Did he steal from that one pharmacy for his friend? Like, what? And all of this to culminate in him attempting suicide. What in the world? Because I don't think Grace told him about him being on the property. And this goes back to like how I feel about Grace. She's always omitting things. She's always lying in some kind of way to people. And I'm like, so, Grace, could you just like get it together? If you're gonna have this son here who you haven't seen in like 20 years and now he's here, maybe be completely honest with him about what's happening. I also thought AJ was going to be happy that like charges are dismissed. You're not going to prison anymore. You don't have to run away. But instead of running away from charges, he runs away from life. Like life is too hard to live. We know he has issues, and we know. And he probably needs treatment in a facility, right? To deal with his abandonment issues, to deal with his drug issues. Because I think we don't even know if AJ is really doing drugs or if it was just for his friend. It's just so odd. That whole thing, so odd. In the last season, I thought that Grace's love interest was going to show up, Darius, but he didn't, which is another reason why this felt like a finale to me. But he's in this episode and he's talking about not getting over Grace or having a hard time getting over her. What I said about him is, Grace, it makes no sense to partner with a man who does not have goals that align with yours. If you want to be the pastor of a church, maybe it would make sense for you to be with a Christian, to be with someone who likes going to church, instead of someone who doesn't go to church at all, has no interest in going to church, only enters a church if he's doing work, reporting a story. That's really not it for you. Hopefully Grace can figure it out. I really like how Bishop and May have figured it out. I thought it was really cute getting ready for the wedding at City Hall, for Bishop to be like posted on Instacart. Hilarious. I think that's so fitting for the times of someone his age to not really know like all the ins and outs of social media and what IG is. So cute. So on one hand, we have this beautiful new beginning of May and Bishop getting remarried. And on the other hand, we have AJ attempting suicide. I'm sure he's not dead, but that's going to be, I think, part of the storyline for this season. What was it about this man that made you so deep in despair that felt like the only option for you, when there are so many people around him who are saying that they love and care about him and want what's best for him? We will see. I'm really looking forward to like what all is going to happen, how much pushback they're going to get about starting this new church. Bob Whitmore actually wanting to be a senator. I don't think he needs to be a senator of anybody's anything. I was also thinking, I'm trying to wrap up. I was also thinking about Jacob and that white woman. If that was his kid, but it's not. Like there was just so much in this episode. I am excited. I hope you're excited about everything that's to come. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking is going to happen next. And thank you for watching.